for savings, that you don't want. Now, again, I learned from Ramit. You want to have a savings account that you're not going to use money for between 1 to 5 years.
I understand now. It took a while, but I got it.
I'm gonna get mine. You got to get yours. All right, what's going on? Another day, another Sunday afternoon in the living room with my boys. Want to thank God for His grace and mercy always. As today, we're going to talk about finances and how we can prevent or be ready for this recession that we are about to get probably January 1st, if not before. But so Tion, what you think? What's your outlook?
So that was one of the things that I think we can help with in the community, as far as the Black community, is our finances, right? Like, I think our debt and our debt management is one of the things that is poor, honestly, and we can get a lot better. So one of the things I hope we can impute knowledge to the people today is giving them knowledge on where they could be going wrong and how they could get better. So one question I want to start off and pose to you guys is, so debt, would you think that is considered a tool or a trap?
I wouldn't say it's a trap because you have to manage your money correctly. I just lost the track. Brain fart. Oh my gosh.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Brain fart, you do
Brain
not
fart,
need a
wow.
doctor. All you need to do is calm down and you'll be okay.
So you say you think it's a tool?
I want to say neither, because you have to be smart with your money, though. Because think about it, you want to have fun, but you have to pay bills. But people are not patient when it comes to saving money for later time, for a vacation or something.
Right. So you think they might resort to like a credit card or some other financials just to do that?
Yeah.
So in that sense, that to me sounds like you're saying it's more like a trap, because they want to do these things, but they're now forcing their left or right to these other credit sources. What about you?
That makes sense. That's like you say, it's a trap. Because now they go and get the credit card, which the credit card is money they give you, but not. If I have $1,000 credit card and I go spend $600, the bill coming in, I got to pay it. So it's not like, some people are unaware of what the credit card is for, unless you got an unlimited card, which a lot of people, you have to have an astronomical. That means very high credit score to get an unlimited where they can give you that and just keep spending it. But 9 out of 10 on this part of the country, people got like a $2,000, $3,000 limit, maxing it out, but you got to pay it, or they wait to the last ending, which leads up to in a few years bankruptcy, which you got to pay an attorney and court costs, which it's like a recycle. So many people with their hand in your pocket. So go back what you say, it's basically a trap. I mean, a lot of people manage their money and still could be struggling.
Now, that's how I was earlier until I read this book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. So go ahead and read his book, or go on YouTube and find him. I Will Teach You to Be Rich. You will 100% change your life. I promise you. It'll take time, but it works. It works.
That's the same thing Tony Robbins said. Okay. I can change your life. You're going to be rich, this and that. Nothing against him or whatever. Right. But who's to know? We need to educate ourselves instead of listening to somebody else.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I had to study him very carefully, just in case. I had to read some of the comments, and a lot of people say he works. It just takes time and patience. It's a little scary because you try to change your psychology towards money. Right. Because again, you might be scared to spend money. Even when you have $1 million in the bank, you might still be scared. Yeah, I know that's kind of weird to say that, because you can spend, but again, you can spend $1 million in one day. That's easy. So,
what you think is a trap, or what you think?
Debt, it can be a trap if you put yourself in that trap. Okay. If you put yourself in that trap, it can be a trap for you. But it's good if you put yourself through some shit and then you just learn from it. That's what I did. I put myself through some things. Then I actually learned from it. Like, okay, this is how you manage your money. Just I learned to live above my under my means, on my means. So I feel comfortable with that. I took a journey.
So for me, I asked that question because originally, when I first went to college, like I was telling y'all earlier, you know, I had a nice little scholarship. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm good. But my first year, first semester, even with the 4.5 GPA,
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
all of a sudden I got debt. So to me, it's like, oh, I got student loans. I got all these subsidized and unsubsidized loans. So it felt like a trap. But fast forward to the pandemic, I say, wait a minute. I still got these student loans. What America live off? Credit. But these are accounts that were open when I turned 18, well, technically 17. So my oldest accounts that's sticking with me are student loans from college. So while I could pay those off and close my accounts, that would be tremendous because now I can use that to keep my credit score high because a lot of people don't know your credit score is a bunch of different factors, your credit age, you know, your credit card utilization. So by me saying, okay, yes, while I can pay all that debt off, I have the money to do that. I want to keep that open because your credit score is how you have real money in America. Kind of like Rome said, if you want those credit cards where you can just spend and don't have no limit, that's how you do that. So for me, originally I thought it was a trap. I literally said, nah, this is the dumbest thing ever. But once you learn how to utilize your finances or learn how to use it in your favor, it can become a tool. So with that also said, it took time for me to learn that. So do y'all think that's something we should be teaching in school instead of advanced math?
Yes, 100%.
Financial literacy should be like in school. They took a lot from school, like on Mac, but financial literacy they never had it. I don't think they did. I don't think I've had it. I think I never had it. I never seen that before. They never implied that in school. So,
But it's funny how we need math in life, right? So I was like, you could teach us financial stuff in school. That's math.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
I
like,
feel like the system wants. I think this how the U.S. government system is. I think they run just like that. Like you have to find it by yourself. It's like an unknown.
Well, you got
It's like an unknown thing. It's an unknown. You got to walk into that thing. So I think that's basically what it is with anybody. They don't want everybody to be on the same playing field.
I mean, you got to also think about it like this too, right? We're in America. What is America? Capitalistic.
yeah.
So if they told us how to make money, they taught us how to do it. we would
Make money.
How can
right.
one man's gains is another man's losses in this country, whether y'all know it or not. So if they was to teach each one of us how to make that, then they be shooting their own self in the foot. If you got any job, the first thing I heard this in high school was get a 401k. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I would never not have one. Everybody once they start working, get a 401k.
Yep.
Even though a 401k is not 100% like it used to be.
No.
In my era, like 54, I'm 54 now.
Damn.
So way back, it was ironclad, rock solid. But the pandemic, a little bit before, everybody lost their 401ks.
What?
Every dime, which is supposed to be safe. It's just like it's people in certain countries, different places now that are taking money out of the bank. Because if the banks go under, they do have insurance, but they're not obligated to pay you back until a few years, 20 years, maybe a month. But it's a whole lot into it, which 401k is excellent to have. You want to have it, but it ain't ironclad.
I like that. And that's a good thing that he's saying because that brings up another point, Something I would say is, personal investments as well, right? So, yeah, you get your check every week. Maybe you're doing 401k. Yeah, you got your benefits and all your other things you got to pay. But take another 3, 4, 5% and invest it in something else. Or take that out, put it under your mattress. If you like to pay for money, put it somewhere, right? Because what I've learned for myself over the past 5 years of gaining my own wealth is when I don't think about the money coming out before I get it, that's how I build the money. So, like, for the past 5 years, I felt like I was broke.
But you could do it. But we got to do it automatically sometimes. But again, you have to be careful because once you know your numbers, that's where you could have an automatic system. I know that's scary, but have an automatic system where you take out maybe like $50 every paycheck without into a savings account, so it can have compound interest, which means it will give you free money. So if you have for example, $10,000, you might get 150 out of it. So you want to do that
You might get 150 in how much time?
in a year, but every month it would be probably like
150 what? 50,000?
Oh, you talking about? Is it similar to high yield savings? You talking about similar to that?
yes.
Exactly.
Like high yield savings, like I got a high yield savings account, so they give you a certain like. It all depends, like different.
Mm.
It's different high yield savings that they have. Like I got the one from Virginia Credit Union. I got the highest one.
Yes,
So the
but-
CDs and they gave me like a good 40. Like they gave me a good 4% of it.
Okay.
You know, you put that every month, and you know what I'm saying, and it's actually good because you don't want your money sitting.
Right.
Sitting money is not good money.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not good money. I'm gonna tell
Like,
you.
don't take cash and put it to don't take cash and put it under the mattress. Don't do that.
Don't do that because that money is not really valuable. That money is
So CDs are good to have?
yeah.
They're good?
It's actually good. They'll like when you go to the bank, you ask for it. You got to go to certain banks that are actually good for it.
Well, you can set it up online actually.
Yeah, you can set up online, but if you're not educated,
So you put money in a CD every week, or when you get paid, you
Oh,
put money in.
when-
They match it.
Well, not CD because CD is like when you don't touch it for about a year. As in, like you can still add it on, but you can't take it out for a year.
It's certain months. Like mine is like I can do like 6 months, 6 months or 12 months.
Mm-hmm, yes,
But it all
yes.
depends what bank you're doing it with.
Yeah, because certain banks have
Certain
different
banks have
ratings.
different rules and everything.
So to add on to y'all's statement, so y'all are talking about high yield savings, which is great, right? So before the pandemic, a lot of savings account gave you very minimal. So they like 0.0 something %, right? So that's what he mean, like don't have your money sitting. That's basically like having it sit in a mattress. But yeah, as of lately, they have started having more high yield savings, 4 to 6% during the pandemic. But I think they started bringing that down as they started cutting interest rates. But I want to also say to that note that if you are, let's say, 35 or younger, you should be investing. I personally,
100%.
I personally say for myself, like I have no savings accounts. I only have investment accounts, right?
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
to me, that is because I can play aggressive because I'm still young, right? So now once you
Of course, yeah, definitely.
40s and 50s, and now you want to start being more conservative with your accounts, but going to more CDs or a high yield savings. But
Now, for savings, that you don't want. Now, again, learn from Ramit, you want to have a savings account that you're not going to use money for between 1 to 5 years.
I understand now. It took a while, but I got it.
That's the key. And for besides 401k, like you said, a Roth IRA. Do y'all know what a Roth IRA is?
What is it?
tell the people.
So I want to say it's just like a 401k, but it's tax free once you are 59 and a half years old. I could be wrong. It could be 58 and a half. I gotta. Don't worry.
Just do your research.
I will edit.
Do your
I will edit
research.
and put it down here. Put it somewhere in the room. Okay. But yes, it's like you do 7,000. You could do 7,000 every year, but that's the max you could contribute. But if you're 50 or older, you contribute 8,000 a year. But you already pay taxes on it, so that's for your paycheck to a Roth IRA, not before 401k. So let's say you had $500,000. That's all yours, tax free. You don't got to pay no taxes on it. It's just like 401k, but your 401k you have to pay taxes on it. So that sucks.
So the biggest thing, one of the biggest takeaways that we want y'all to take from the day is diversify your money. Think about the future. Yeah, you might want to do something tomorrow, but if you ain't got the money to do it for tomorrow, plan it out for next month. Plan it out for a year. But start building that money, putting that money to the side and invest it now, because that money will make that money so that way you can do it in a month, in a year, or whenever. But if you try to do everything today and you're focused on right now, it will never come. So we want to just impute that knowledge to y'all. Anything else y'all got to say last moment?
No, basically just it's time. It's 2025. It's not 1980. It's 2025, and now it is time to wake up, recognize what's going on, recognize the players and the cards that's on the table, because that's what people not paying attention to until they recognize, where did my money go? Might not be no Social Security. Like, I'm sure y'all three probably, if anything, would be the one sweating. I'm right at the doorstep to get mine.
Oh yeah, you good.
I'm gonna get mine. You gotta get yours. But really, long story short, it's time for everybody to really just start now, batten down the hatches with your life, your finances, and which way you're going. All the time to playing around and next week I got tomorrow is over with. So that's basically the whole all in a nutshell. What's being said. And one last thing, when they said in schools they don't talk about it, but you could always put a class together, have people pay $25 to come and hear you.
I just want to end off on one thing. If you've been a person, if you got student loans, if you have not been paying them, you have not been paying attention, starting Monday, the TOP agency will go into effect and they're going to start garnishing and doing that stuff. So if you ain't been paying attention, start paying attention today.
Yeah, they're coming for your shit. Take it.
They coming for it. Please subscribe. Let us know your comments, what we can do, what we can talk about, how you feel. Go from there. God bless. Love you. See you next week.